Hello everyone, I'm LH Master 2005 and I'll be surviving 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore. And I have 5 goals for 200 days, is to defeat the Wither, build an iron farm, get slime, upgrade farms like the sugarcane farm, and build a gunpowder farm. So let's get started. What a beautiful morning on day 101. Let's go to the mines and mine more deep slate so I can get slimes to spawn. Cool, I got diamonds, let's go! Okay, new plan. Let's go find a swamp instead of mining more deep slate. Where are you, swamp? There you are! Now we have to wait until it is nighttime now. But I found a woodlands mansion. Okay, now it is nighttime. Let's go find some slime. Oh hey baby zombie, how you doing? And there were 2 creepers and a baby zombie coming after me. A creeper blew up and the explosion killed the creeper and the baby zombie. While I was exploring around, I found coal and made torches and started placing them around the swamp. It is almost morning and I found a slime, but it was small and I got 2 slime balls. But I need more slime balls than that. Hey buddy, are you trying to poison me with your poisonous arrows? Yes you are, now get out of here! Time to kill some animals for XP. Because I have mending on my elytra and I need to repair my elytra with XP. Okay, I'm home, and it was time to turn these oak planks into sticks, and give it to the Fletchers and buy a name tag. Because if I'm building an iron farm, I need a zombie that has a name tag, so the zombie doesn't despawn. Alright, time to go to the Woodlands Mansion and start shooting mobs. Oh no, Vexes! I'm getting out of here! This is not good, and Vexes are really annoying to deal with! Okay, I came back to the mansion, and the Vexes are still here. Oh no, I'm retreating, and I really do not want to die and lose this world! It is a nice day, and we are going to build an iron farm. So we craft 3 beds, and we are building the farm right here. Time to bring 3 villagers to the farm, and their workstations to the farm. There we go, I got 3 villagers in the farm, and it is time to make a trap for a zombie. What a rainy day, and it is time to put the beds back to the villager building. There we go. Time to go back outside and see if there were zombies around here. But there was a zombie villager, but I didn't need a zombie villager. There were no zombies, so I went to the tripwire hook farm, and I've been using the farm to get more tripwire hooks. When I was done with the farm, I gave the tripwire hooks to the Fletchers. Time to go back to the Woodlands Mansion. Nope, I'm not coming back here. Nope. I came back home and I put the name tag on a zombie and got it inside the iron farm. And I saw an iron golem that was nearby the iron farm. Time to get cobble to deep slate and make cobble to deep slate walls. And let's start continuing on the iron farm. There we go, the iron farm is working, and thank you Basic Redstone for the iron farm build. I have an idea for the Woodlands Mansion. I'm going to burn it, so I don't have to deal with vexes. So I made 2 flint and steel, and I grabbed a flint and steel from a large chest. After that, I went to the tripwire hook farm, and I was getting more tripwire hooks. When I was done with the farm, I gave the tripwire hooks to the Fletchers, so I could repair my Elytra. I went to the iron farm and there was a horde of zombies, so I was slashing them with my netherite sword. Today's the day that I'm going to burn the Woodlands Mansion. How you like that, Evokers and Vindicators? Hey buddy, you still surviving the fire? Well, get out of here. I went into the burning mansion and I got a Vex armor trim, gunpowder, an enchanted book that has silk touch, and resin. I got more gunpowder, another armor trim, a golden apple, more resin, and more gunpowder. I went back home and I started to destroy my furnaces, so I can get XP from the furnaces to repair my Elytra. After that, I put the furnaces back where they belong and I got started building a storage house. On day 108, I went to the nether because if I want to fight the wither, I need 3 wither skeleton skulls. So I went to the nether fortress and I was hunting for wither skeletons so I could get wither skeleton skulls. When I found more wither skeletons, I got 1 wither skeleton skull. On day 109, I went back home to empty my inventory, and I got another wither skeleton skull. On day 110, I got another wither skeleton skull, and I went back home. I was digging a tunnel for the wither fight. And the tunnel was done. I came back up and made strength 2 potions for the wither fight, and it was time to fight the wither. I've been seeing people fighting the wither underground, and the wither fight was super easy. And I got the nether star. It is time to feed my sheep and cows with wheat. And after feeding my sheep and cows, I created a beacon and made a 3x3 pyramid for the beacon. I went to the snowy mountain because I wanted to collect snow because I was thinking of building a gunpowder farm without cats. So I was collecting snow and I was trapped in powder snow. So I had to dig out powder snow so I wouldn't freeze to death. When I was done collecting snow, I went on a hunt to find a spot for building the gunpowder farm. And I was right by the Woodlands Mansion that I found in my 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore video. And I got started building the farm. I went home to grab cobblestone and went back to the gunpowder farm. And I saw 2 creepers and a spider, so I was fighting them and got back to building the gunpowder farm. On day 113, I ran out of cobblestone, so I went to a mountain and got more cobblestone. I came back and made composters and went back to building the farm. I needed trapdoors, so I went to the dark oak forest and got dark oak wood to make planks and used the planks to make trapdoors for the farm, and got back to building the farm. On day 114, I grabbed magma blocks for the gunpowder farm, and I was placing water and the magma blocks. I didn't have any carpets, so I stole some carpets from the Woodlands mansion, and continued on the farm. Time to make the trapdoor ceiling. Oh man, I'm out of trapdoors. So I went to get more dark oak wood to make more trapdoors. I came back home and gave the Fletchers more tripwire hooks because I needed to fix my elytra. After my elytra was fixed, I went back to the farm and continued building the trapdoor ceiling. On day 115, the first trapdoor ceiling was done, so I was making snowmen for the farm, so they could shoot the creepers. But it wasn't working, but I realized that I needed to use carved pumpkins for the snowmen. So I went home and made carved pumpkins, and I made snowmen. During the night, there was a spider that I had to fight, and then there was a creeper explosion, and the snowmen were escaping the farm. So I had to go home and go to my bed and sleep so I don't have to fight mobs during the night. I went back to the gunpowder farm, and I fixed the farm, and continued building the farm. On day 117, the gunpowder farm was done, and I got 42 gunpowder, and thank you Basic Redstone for the gunpowder farm build. Time to use the tripwire hook farm. And give the tripwire hooks to the Fletchers. Hello sheep, I got you some wheat. Enjoy. After I was done feeding my sheep, I've been placing more chests for the storage house, so I could store more items in the storage house. And I've been storing new items for the storage house. When I was going to the iron farm, there were more zombies that I had to fight. I was mining down at the mining hole. And I got more diamonds, and I was still mining because I just want to see if I could get slimes to spawn underground. I brought the beacon down to the mining hole, and I gave myself haste for mining speed, and I was still mining. I came back up and put the cobbled deep slate in the auto smelter, and I got 51 diamonds. On day 120, I went back down to the mining hole, and I was exploring a huge cave. I went to the villager building and I was trading with armorers because I was searching about armorers and you could sell iron to them. So I've been buying iron armor, but I didn't see any trades of iron ingots. But I've been repairing my elytra while I was trading with armorers. After that, I went to the swamp and I was hunting for slime. And I got 26 slime balls. I've been AFKing at the gunpowder farm on this day, looking at that beautiful woodlands mansion while I was waiting for gunpowder. I came back down and I got 2 stacks of gunpowder and 1 gunpowder. I came back home and made rockets and TNT, and I used the TNT to blow up Deep Slate, and I got 6 diamonds. It is time to make a potion that I never made before. The oozing potion. So we are going to throw the potion at the animals that are in the barn. Here we go. The sheep has the oozing effect, and we are going to slash them. And whoa, that's a lot of slime. It's time to fight the slime. Okay, now we have a lot of slime balls. And we don't have to go to the swamp anymore. Let's go! I went to the gunpowder farm, and I've been building towers of Deep Slate, and I was breaking the towers down, because I just want to have cobbled Deep Slate. And while I was doing this, I got more gunpowder from the gunpowder farm. But I only have 58 gunpowder. It was nighttime, and I stared at 2 endermen, and I got 3 ender pearls. And after that, I've been digging dirt. Today, I was using the tripwire hook farm to get more tripwire hooks. After I had enough tripwire hooks, I gave the hooks to the Fletchers for XP to repair my shovel and my elytra. Alright, time to go back on digging dirt. After I was done digging, I got started placing cobbled Deep Slate for a huge sugarcane farm. I was continuing to build the sugarcane farm. Even on day 127. But on day 128, I built a rail duplicator because I didn't have enough rails for the sugarcane farm. On day 129, I've been placing dirt and slabs because if you need to grow sugarcane, you need water for sugarcane to grow. So I've been placing water after I was done placing dirt and slabs. On day 130, the glass was next for the farm. So, I bought glass from a librarian, and after that, I started punching leaves with shears, and I saw a pillager, and I got an ominous bottle. On day 131, I built a flying machine, but I needed more sugarcane, so on day 132, I went sugarcane hunting. And while I was hunting for sugarcane, I found a village that has a fountain that has dirt on it. I came back home and I got 1 stack of sugarcane and 56 sugarcane. I was thinking about putting bamboo in the sugarcane farm, but I didn't want to. I've been digging more dirt. And after digging more dirt, I was using the tripwire hook farm. I changed my render distance chunks to 7 because I was looking for a spot to build a raid farm. But I changed it back to 32 and went back home. I went to the nether and found a warped forest, and I got warped wood and came back home. I used the wood to make warped gates for the raid farm. I found a spot for the raid farm and I got started digging dirt and sand. I've been harvesting my sugarcane, and I've been placing more sugarcane for the sugarcane farm. After that, I was done digging dirt and punching grass, and brought the beacon back up to the surface. On day 136, I got started building the raid farm. On day 137, I made the killing chamber for killing the pillagers and the other enemies too. On day 138, I've been placing dirt on the water like this. After that, I brought a villager to the raid farm, and the raid farm was done. I started a raid, and I've been using my bow to shoot the enemies during the raid. And the raid farm works. And I love the bell because if you use the bell, if an enemy is nearby during a raid, you can see him. The raid was completed, and I got the Hero of the Village effect and got more Totem of Undying. On day 140, I've been placing dirt and digging sand. After that, I've been using the tripwire hook farm during the night. When I was done using the tripwire hook farm, I gave the tripwire hooks to the Fletchers. After that, I saw villagers throwing a lot of random items. I think it is because I'm the hero of the village. Okay, it is time to go back to placing more dirt. Alright, it looks like the sugarcane is fully grown, so let's harvest it. After I was done harvesting the sugarcane, the flying machine wasn't working. But on day 142, I got it working, and thank you Hardship YT for the sugarcane farm build. After that, I went back to work on placing dirt. I was still continuing to place more dirt. After that, I went flying around because I wanted to find a pillager outpost, so I could get more ominous bottles for starting more raids. I found a shipwreck, but I didn't want to go to the shipwreck, but I found a pillager outpost, but the game crashed. I came back to my world and I was slaying pillagers until I get an outpost captain to spawn. I killed 2 outpost captains and I got 2 ominous bottles. After I got 2 ominous bottles, I started a raid and I was still doing the raid on day 145 and I finished the raid. Alright, time to dig. When I was done digging, I got more tripwire hooks. After the tripwire hook farming, I've been trading with villagers. Time to continue placing more dirt, because the pillagers and the other enemies will come towards the raid farm. On day 147, I had a lot of iron that was from the iron farm. So I put the iron in the storage house and activated the flying machine so it can harvest the sugarcane. After that, I was digging more dirt so I can place more dirt on the river for the raid farm. On day 148, I saw pillagers and I started to fight them, and got an ominous bottle, and I went back placing more dirt on the river. On day 149, I started another raid, and I was using the bell because it is so awesome. And I became hero of the village. I went to the raid farm and started placing chests and item frames so I could store the extra things that were from the raid. When I was done with the raid farm, it was trading time, and the villagers were giving me random items because I'm the hero of the village. I've been making holes because I've been making a medieval road for my home area, but I'm using gravel, deep slate, and cobblestone, and on day 152, I was still doing the road, and I've been making an emerald pyramid for the beacon, but I didn't have enough emerald blocks. After that, I've been creative with the arrows that the Fletchers gave me and made lampposts that have signs and item frames that have arrows, and the lamppost might remind you of the old village that was in the old version of Minecraft. On day 153, I've been figuring out where to put this lamppost that has a sign. So I put the lamppost right by the tripwire hook farm. After I was done putting the lamppost right by the tripwire hook farm, I went to the sugarcane farm and made paper, so I could give the paper to a Tarkotopher. It was time to start a raid, so the enemies were coming and I was slashing the enemies until the raid was done. And the raid was done. I was removing the emerald pyramid because I didn't have enough emerald blocks, and I turned the blocks back to emeralds. After that, I went back to being creative in my home area. I was trying to get an enchanted book that has Unbreaking 3. And I see that there is Unbreaking 3. So I went to the villager building and started trading for XP. And I got Unbreaking 3 and I put Unbreaking 3 on my netherite shovel. After that, I named my pickaxe Master Pickaxe. I went to AFK for gunpowder, and wow, look at that beautiful view of the Windlands Mansion. I went back down and I got 2 stacks of gunpowder and 50 gunpowder, and went home to make more rockets. It is time to get obsidian because I was thinking of building a nether portal right by a pillager outpost. So I was mining obsidian and I went to the pillager outpost. And while I was flying to the outpost, I saw a shipwreck and got a treasure map. I went back on flying to the pillager outpost and made a nether portal. I was waiting for an outpost capture to spawn, but I didn't see one. So I went to the nether and I was mining quartz for XP. And I found a Bashta Remnant, but I feel like I wasn't ready for it. I went back to the overworld and I went to a shipwreck and I got 2 coast armor trims and a treasure map. I went flying around and I saw another pillager outpost and I went back home. It is time to go treasure hunting. Oh, sweet! Treasure! Let's go! I went to the portal that is right by the pillager outpost and I went home. On day 159, I found more treasure. I came back home and made smithing tables because I was searching up villager trades and you could give iron ingots to toolsmiths, and I was digging more dirt. I went to the nether and I went to the Bashta Remnant that I found on day 157. But I realized that it's the Bashta Remnant that I went in on my 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore video. After realizing about the Bashta Remnant, I went to the pillager outpost and I killed 2 outpost captains and got 2 ominous bottles. I grabbed my dirt blocks out of the storage house and got started placing more dirt for the raid farm. On day 162, I've been digging more dirt on a mountain, and I took a break from digging and started upgrading my storage house. And I was still doing it on day 163. I went to the villager building and I was trading with toolsmiths so I could give them iron. So I was giving them iron and I went back to upgrade my storage house. I went to the Woodlands Mansion that I already went to in the 100 Days of Minecraft Hardcore video for getting more chests, so I don't have to craft more chests for my storage house. I came back home and continued upgrading my storage house. I started another raid and I was slashing enemies and using the bell. The raid was done and I was waking up the toolsmiths so I could give them more iron, and after that I went to the tripwire hook farm to get more tripwire hooks. It's trading day, and I've been giving iron, glass panes, and tripwire hooks to the villagers, and they are throwing random items again. After that, I've been collecting wood and I've been upgrading my storage house, and it was raining. It's still raining, and it was time to go chop down some trees. And after the tree chopping, I went back to the storage house and continued upgrading the storage house. I'm in the mood to go to an ocean monument. So I made a compass and bought an ocean exploring map, and I got started going to the ocean monument. I found the monument and I was getting attacked by guardians, and I had to get away from the guardians because I was getting hit really bad by their laser beams. I was flying back home, and while I was flying back home, I saw a pillager outpost. I grabbed TNT, wood planks, and I made redstone blocks because I can cover up the TNT with solid blocks and place a redstone block on the TNT underwater, and it will explode. I saw someone do this in Minecraft, and it was pretty cool. I went inside the monument and killed the Elder Guardian, and I got a tied armor trim. I was exploring around the ocean monument, and I killed more Elder Guardians. I was still exploring the ocean monument, and I went to the pillager outpost. I've been killing pillagers, but I didn't get an ominous bottle, and I went back home. It was nighttime, and I was harvesting my crops and giving wheat to my cows and sheep. I went to the tripwire hook farm and got more tripwire hooks. I started another raid because I want to be the hero of the village again, so I can have sales from the villagers. On day 171, it was trading day, and I got a lot of XP and emeralds from the villagers. I had a lot of emeralds, so I built a beacon pyramid. I want to have toolsmiths right by the iron farm, so I don't have to go back and forth for trading iron, like take iron from the storage house or the iron farm and go to the villager building. So I was moving a toolsmith right by the iron farm. On day 173, I was building a trading hall for the toolsmiths by placing quartz blocks. I brought pigs to my barn, and I've been moving more toolsmiths to the iron farm. On day 174, I went to the nether to get more quartz for the trading hall. I hit the ghast fire charge, and the fire charge killed the ghast, and I got gunpowder and a ghast tier. I came back to the overworld, and I continued on the trading hall. Today, I am trying something I have never done before in Minecraft Java Edition. Going to the nether roof, and I've seen Minecraft players going to the nether roof. So I went down to the mining hole and started collecting obsidian so I can make the portal on the nether roof so I won't be stuck up on the nether roof forever. I grabbed my ender pearls, went to the nether, and I threw an ender pearl at the bedrock, and boom, I'm on the nether roof. After that, I made a portal and I went back to the overworld. I was AFKing at my gunpowder farm and I got 28 gunpowder from the farm. It was time to place more dirt for my raid farm, so I was placing more dirt for the raid farm so the enemies can go towards the raid farm. On day 177, I was still placing more dirt. And I went to the pillager outpost, and I got 2 ominous bottles. On day 178, I started another raid, and after the raid, I went to the tripwire hook farm to get more tripwire hooks. On day 179, it was trading day, so I went to the villagers and started trading with them. It was nighttime and it was raining, so it was time to move more toolsmiths to the trading hall. I went to the pillager outpost and started killing pillagers while I'm trying to get an outpost captain to spawn. And I was collecting wood. I saw the captain and I got an ominous bottle. I went back home and I saw that the toolsmiths were not on their beds. So I was trying to get them back to their beds by breaking down quartz blocks. There was an iron golem right by the iron farm, so I had to collect lava from the iron farm and burn it with a lava bucket. I was changing things up in the trading hall, and I was placing slabs on top of the trading hall, so iron golems don't spawn on top of the trading hall. I've been making a medieval road around the iron farm and the trading hall. On day 183, I was really tired of the iron golems spawning right by the iron farm, so I moved my trading hall somewhere else, and I only got 1 toolsmith in the new trading hall. And thank you, Trillums, for the trading hall build. On day 184, I moved more toolsmiths to the new trading hall. I was breaking the quartz blocks of where the old trading hall was at, and I was digging the dirt path, and I've been placing dirt on the flowing water. When I went underwater, I saw an iron golem, so I was carefully hitting it with my sword, trying not to get hit by it. And it was dead. During the night, I went to the tripwire hook farm to get more tripwire hooks. I went to the pillager outpost and I started to fight the pillagers and chop down trees while I waited for an outpost captain to spawn. I saw one and I killed it, and on day 187, I killed another one. I came back home and started another raid. The raid was completed, and on day 188, it was trading time. I went to the Nether Fortress because I wanted to get 3 Wither Skeleton Skulls because I was thinking of fighting another Wither. So, I went Wither Skeleton hunting. I was fighting Wither Skeletons and I got 1 Wither Skeleton Skull. On day 190, I got another one. And another one. On day 191, it was time to fight the Wither. So, I went underground and I was making a tunnel for the fight. While I was making the tunnel, I found a mine shaft. There were cave spiders that were poisoning me, so I destroyed the monster spawner that had a cave spider in it, and continued on the tunnel. Alright, time to fight the Wither. Boom! We defeated the Wither. It was time to start another raid, so I could have sales from the villagers. The raid was defeated, and on day 193, it was a trading day, and I was thinking of building Luke the Noble's 6th beacon pyramid, but I needed more nether stars, and it means that I needed more Wither Skeleton Skulls for making more Withers to fight. I've been in the Nether for the full day because I needed more Wither Skeleton Skulls. On day 195, I changed the distance chunks to a lower number because it increases the spawn rates, and thank you test for this strategy. On day 196, I came back home and I made a normal beacon pyramid, and I was AFKing at the gunpowder farm. I have 3 stacks of gunpowder and 12 gunpowder, and I went back home, and I was building a roof for my storage house. After that, I went to the tripwire hook farm and get more tripwire hooks. I went back to the Nether and I need to get 2 Wither Skeleton Skulls because I have 1 Wither Skeleton Skull in the overworld. On day 199, I was fighting the Wither, and the Wither was defeated. On day 200, I started a raid, and I was slaying enemies. I became hero of the village, broke my furnaces for XP, and I made orange glass paints for my beacon pyramid. And we survived 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore. So, thank you guys for watching this video. You guys can let me know if you guys want me to start a 100 days live. And I'll see you in the next game. Have an awesome day, you guys!